Hello guys, welcome back to Dragonfire Outdoors. I'm your host, Adam Slavens, and today we are going to be talking about basics in fishing. And when I mean basics, I mean we're starting at the very beginning on what you need to buy as your first rig. And we're going to start out with the most simplest rig. This one here is the Zebco 33. Now the Zebco 33 is probably the most affordable option for the quality it has. A lot of people down these things, but I've seen these things last for like 10 plus years without ever having a problem. However, they do have their pros and cons, and we'll get into those later. Now this rod here, you see it goes way past my head, 6 foot tall, and if you look at the tip, it's super flexible. This is what you call a medium action fishing rod. And when you get down here to the bottom, this here is a spin cast reel. This 33 reel is probably one of my favorite reels you can get for the price. This here is roughly $35 to $40 depending on where you get it. You can get other colors of rods, you can get other colors of reels. They even have like the special edition that's all stainless steel when you go inside. This one here is a 4:1-to-1 ratio reel. You don't have to worry about ratios if you're just starting out. This here will be pretty much all you will need when you're starting to fish. Now, whenever you're going fishing for the first time, it's always good to have a friend, someone that knows a little bit something about fishing. But if you don't, you can always just start out with something simple like this on a gear video. But if you have a friend that knows what they're doing fishing, feel free to ask them questions, because I guarantee you they will want to tell you more about it. Because I'm pretty much the same way. If I find out someone that is really interested in starting fishing, I can't stop. I can't stop talking about it. I will probably burn them out before they even go to the water. But that's pretty much anyone that's into fishing or any other hobby like this. But let's get back into this rod and reel combo. One thing I really like about this rod and reel is that it's super lightweight, super easy to carry with you, no matter where you want to go. It's a 2-piece rod. There's other rods out there that are 1-piece rods, but if you're getting started out, I guarantee you want a 2-piece rod. This here can be thrown into a trunk of a car. You don't have to worry about it. It's pretty durable, and they're super cheap. So if you ever do break it, you can just buy you another one and not worry about it. This little reel here, now the thing about this reel, I did say there was cons earlier, but some pros. It's super easy to learn how to cast. It's pressing a button, aiming, and letting go. That's all you need to do for a Zebco 33. Once you do it once or twice, you'll figure it out in a heartbeat. Whenever you do press the button, after you press the button, you're going to have to turn the handle on it a couple times so you hear it click. That will set your gears in there so the fish just can't take off with your line. Now, these rods do have some cons. These little reels, since they are so cheap, they are made in China. I have seen these things last for quite a while, but if you're fishing heavy, I mean really heavy with these, doing bass tournaments or anything like that, these will strip out. So if you're wanting to do something like bass fishing and other sport fishing things, this is not the rod and reel for you. You want something that's more of the bait caster type, something with a better gear ratio meant for that. You want something that can be more durable, easier cleanable, something you could just mess with and tune just for you, and those are what that is. This here is for someone who just wants to start out, doesn't really know what type of fishing they want to do, and if they can get started with it, super cheap, maybe they'll get into it and stick with it. A lot of people, whenever they want to start out on a new hobby or a new sport, they feel like they have to go buy the most expensive equipment. You don't have to do that. Go buy the cheapest thing to get you interested. See how well you can do it. If you truly are interested, then upgrade. Now, since we talked about this little rod and reel, I'm going to put it down and we're going to move on to the next thing you might want to upgrade to if you really don't want a tiny rod and reel. The next thing I would suggest, if you don't want the smallest rod and reel, is the one I got here. Mind you, this one here is extremely dirty. I need to clean it, but it's extremely loved and used. This here is my catfishing rod. I say it's a catfishing rod because that's all it's used for. Whenever you start out, you might not know what you want to fish for. That's just fine. Once you get a liking to what you want to do, and you start knowing the species that are around you, you can start specializing and buying the equipment that fits you. Now, most people will start out with a 33. They might go to something like this if they're doing a lot of catfishing. This here is a 606. To be honest with you, I don't know what brand. Everything's wore off. Everything's been used and abused on this. They have like Zebcos. They're like this. Cat Max. They're very much into these style rods and reels. But just the larger reels will be better for you if you're doing like a lot of catfishing, hauling a lot of weight. These rods here, this rod here is a heavy medium action. So your actions will go from light, light medium, medium, medium heavy, heavy, and like ultra heavy. Then you have like your ultra lights and stuff like that too. This one here is also a 2-piece rod and reel, so it's easily packable into my car or my truck or something, whatever I want. Throw it in a back seat if I wanted to. It's the same setup as a Zebco, so it's a spin cast reel, and same way, you press the button, throw it out, and it's the same thing. The bigger reel is meant to hold heavier weight for longer. If you got the Zebco there, it holds a lighter line. You only really want to go up to like 10 to 12 pound test on that. With this here, I can probably go up to about 30 pound test, just depending on what I want to do for that day. These here can hold the heavier weight line. If you want to do lighter line, you can do more capacity. But this is specifically for something I want to go after. Now, I want to get into another very specific rod and reel class, because those are the two most common directions I see around here fishing. This here is probably my favorite pole for crappie fishing. You see this? This here's a rod sock. If you do a lot of fishing, you carry a lot of fishing poles, these are helpful. You just put it over your fishing rod so your line doesn't get tangled up with your other fishing rods and reels. Now this here is a little bit of a Frankenstein, just like the last one. I got an Ardent Reaper Fish Combos rod. Then, what is this one here? 5.6. I believe it's just a light action. Then I got this here is a Crappie Max from Bass Pro. It's their line of crappie fishing reels for the ultralight crappie stuff. It's probably one of my favorite reels for crappie fishing. I did have the Ardent reel on here. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, so I'm going to try this out. I had a rod that matched this little Crappie Max, broke the tip off. And that's one thing you can do about fishing stuff. Once you get a handful of poles, a handful of rods and reels, you can start matching them and trying to figure out what you actually like. And that's one thing people don't understand. Once you get into a hobby, just like fishing, hunting, or any other thing, once you figure out exactly what you like in it, you can aim towards that. Let's talk about these rods. Pretty much the best rods you can get for the money. If you want to upgrade, you can get something a little bit bigger. These rods, not much more expensive. Pretty much the same bang for your buck. Thing about these ones here, you gotta remember, not as lightweight. You're gonna be limited by the size of the rod and reel. Where if you go with your Zebco, you can do a little bit more versatile fishing. With that bigger reel, it's more catfishing, heavy fish that you want to just catch big fish. This here, I enjoy it for bass fishing, catfishing, pan fishing. You know, you take it trout fishing if you really want to. Pretty much any river fishing, this guy can do it. Any lake fishing, this guy can do it. Any pond fishing, this guy is the perfect thing for you. But what the main thing I want you guys to remember from this is you don't have to go out and spend boo-hoo's amount of money to get started into the hobby that you want to do. This hobby It's for everyone. You don't have to go spend $1,000 on the most expensive fishing rod and reel setup and fishing tackle box. You don't have to do any of that. You can go out there, spend $30, buy you a couple hooks, get you a thing of worms, and go. You don't have to go out there and buy the most expensive bait casting rod to go bass fishing. You've never been bass fishing. Why would you go spend that much money? You don't even know how to cast a bait caster. Have you tried it? It's pretty hard when you don't know what you're doing. This here, you can have it up and going, learn how to tie a couple knots, and you're good to go. You could take this hobby fishing. You can take it out every weekend if you want. It could last you quite a few years doing that if you take care of it. But most people aren't like that, though. I don't understand it. They want to go out and buy the most expensive thing because they want quality whenever they don't even know what they want to do yet. When you figure out what you want to do and you figure out how to do it a little bit better, get to understand the field of what you want to do. Let's say, let's keep this pertained to like fishing. I was a high school bass fisherman. When I wanted to do specifically bass fishing, this thing here, right here, this little rod and reel, it's not meant for sport fishing. It's meant for hobby fishing. Did not know that. Halfway through a tournament, both of my Zebco 33s stripped out because I was practice fishing. I probably cast this thing over 1,000 times every single day for weeks on end, practicing, doing everything I want. You know what didn't fail on me? I had a cheap old bait caster I bought, just as cheap as those guys, from a yard sale. Guess what lasted me the rest of the tournament? That sucker. I still got it out in the shed. It's somewhere out there. It's probably one of those things that you won't understand till you get into it. If you want to do catfishing, like I said, perfect first upgrade. It's one of these bigger rods and reels. Perfect. It's great for catfishing. I love these things. Let's say you're not much on catfishing and you want to go eat some food every once in a while of what you catch, and you find out, man, crappie tastes real good. I caught a few with my Zebco. What's the next thing I'm going to buy? Something specific for crappie. Ultralights. Any ultralights, spinning combo. You can pretty much get these anywhere too. You can get them as cheap as the Zebco, if not cheaper. But now you know what you're in there for. You want a crappie rod. You want specifically a catfish rod. You want specifically a bass fishing rod. Let's say you want to go walleye fishing. You know that you want a specific walleye rod. You need to know the action of the rod. You need to know the ratio of the reel. Once you get into those like finer tuning aspects of fishing and pretty much any sport, go out there and ask any fanatic of any sport, and they'll tell you, probably go buy something you'll use. I'm telling you right now, you'll use your Zebco 33 more than any other reel when you first get started. Now, that's not saying if you're just starting out and you're immediately starting into like bass fishing, go grab your buddy that knows how to do bass fishing. He will walk you through every little step. He probably even wants to walk you through every little step of becoming the best bass angler. But that's not most of us. Most of us want to go have fun, go camping with their friends, and catch a couple fish on the weekends. So this week, I kind of want you guys to know, go enjoy life, go enjoy camping, and take a friend with you. Go out into the woods, enjoy creation, enjoy nature. And if you guys have any questions of what I said in this video, leave them down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching Dragonfire Outdoors.